broadband PHP. I create PHP video tutorials for the old guys who want to learn a new skill and compete with the young crowd. On the last video, we talked about creating a dashboard for the suppliers, and we added 2 items to the actual main dashboard, which we're going to show you right now. And in this video, I just want to show you the update part of it. We already saw on that last video how we added a record to the supplier, because you saw when it came down to the bottom part of it. I think I can show you right now. Let's see. We're here, right? Let's see. Let's give it a time. I don't know why my computer is doing it again. Let's see. Let's give it a chance to catch up on whatever the hell is it that's doing in the background. Let's see. Okay. It's just such a strange thing. Huh? You've seen this. This is the actual dashboard. Look how pretty it is. You know, you can use this dashboard for all kinds of stuff. But right now we're doing inventory, right? So we want to keep track of what stuff. We want to keep track of what's in the web. We probably will be going towards the scanner situation where you scan a product and it goes right in. But for now, we just put the information in, you know, by hand. Because I really did this inventory system for how to keep track of all the stuff we got in the kitchen. I can't seem to find anything. And we were complaining about it, and we said, I don't know, maybe we create with society. Well, I was thinking about doing that anyway, but so that's why I decided to do it. But by the way, this right here, I think I need to put a little spacing between this. We'll get that done when the time comes. Alright, so boobity bop-a-doo. Okay. So, you know, you already seen this, right? You hit the edit, you hit the multiple, you delete, whatever you want. This is the one with the supply. Now remember, everything that we're doing with the supply, we're going to do it for the categories. That will come. It'll come, you know, once I copy everything over, just like I showed you before. So if I went to suppliers, right, you get the suppliers, right? And then you put it, remember we saw this already. And we put it in, we had the supply, and it gave me, the last one we did with Jack. I'm going to say, oh wow, this, I don't know who these people are, but I just decided to use it. Oh wow. Because I heard it's still being used. I mean, not about a lot. I don't know. There's still emails with AOL in there. Strange. Anyway, you can delete them. Like, you know, we'll deal with that later. And right now, it's the same thing. You know, we do the search. The whole thing is the same thing. So right now, what we want to do is we go. Remember, we showed you. I went to the form. We did an update form. So we hit this update. We said, oh, database, meeting. And then, why it's taking so long to do this? Oh my God. I don't know. There you go. See what I'm talking about? I don't know. Maybe it's because it's the weekend. People, I just don't understand why. See how I put a little space in there? I'm going to do that over there too. Anyway, so we're here, right? And this is what it looks like. And remember, we did S with foods, and we changed. I guess we did. I don't know. Let's get rid of that S, right? Let's just say, let's get rid of the S. Let's just make it food. That's because I was working. We're doing the first one. We want to update the suppliers, right? We update suppliers, and boom, update suppliers. Look, food. And I don't have to show you the database part to the very end when we do all the other things. But you saw how we did that, right? So if I went to, this is the actual category management, the dashboard, right? This is what gives you all this here. All of this is HTML. Get your token. You send in. Remember, this is the organization. We hit the managers. Oh, this is categories. I'm sorry, I took that back. I need to get out of here. Let's get to. Here we go. Oh yeah, supplies. The other one's probably empty. It doesn't have nothing. Anyway, we have this stuff. It creates a configure, right? You already saw that, the configuration file, where it kind of opens up the database and gives you can do this kind of thing for the search. But right now it gives you this. It tells you inventory system. Here's your logout. That's your normal stuff. Suppliers, right? And once you hit that supply button, okay, let's see. That's what that is. It's just taking it back here to. You know what I'm going to do is on this particular case, since we're already in suppliers, what we could do is have another button here that goes to the categories, just in case you don't want to go back. Let's go back. We can go back. Let me see. This, I'm going to have to add a button here to go back. Right, let's see. Well, we can do this is just go to the main dashboard. Well, we could do that to the main dashboard. Let's see. If I did this one, let me see. Maybe I'll push this one over to this side. Let's see. We got this one here. We got that one. That's the bottom one. Add new. Yes. Let's do this. Let's copy this, right? This is how it's done, man. This is how you do things. This is how you practice. This is how you. Let's just get that. Boom. And we're going to say main dashboard. How about that? Main dashboard. Then we'll say. That's just for the little title thing here. Look. This little thing right here. Then we'll say dashboard. Right here, dashboard. All right, let's see. Let's see if we're creating something good here. Let's see. Oops, let's wait for this to finish. You saw it's dark. Still doing it. Oh my God. Oh, buddy. Whoa, while we're waiting. Okay, while we're waiting on that, let's take a sip. Anybody has coffee? Take a sip of your coffee, please. See this cup that I'm drinking right now has been sitting in on my desk since 4:30 in the morning. Okay, what was I doing? Oh, let's get out. Start fresh. Boom. Suppliers. Hey, there you go. Dashboard. And so how do we do it so we can go? It will be, let me see. That's not, we don't want that. This one happens to be, where is that one? What's the rest of that? I'm missing it somewhere. Let's see. Where are we? You know something? I can come over here. I don't have to deal with it. Just copy it over. Let's go here. I don't have to deal with it. We got, this is the container. This container is somewhere down there. And we have this one, and this one. Yeah. And then you got this one. Okay, I like doing this because I want to compare. So train, this is that one, this one is this one. So let's move this guy out. Let's move him in. Very good. That's your management. What are we looking at here? Are we in the dashboard? Sure we are. All right, so I said dashboard. That went to management. Let me see. Where's the other two? Okay, let's get rid of this. This one says manage supplier, which happens to be that. But what we're going to do is we're going to change it to Zuzam. Because right now we're here already, as you can see. We'll do main like we said before, main dashboard. This will go to, what is the name of the stupid I don't mean to say that. I'm so sorry. Uncle Albert, I'm so sorry. Alright, let's see. We'll say, I think it was called, what is it called again? Hey, Andres. Okay, let's see. Dashboard.php. We're gonna say dashboard like that. I mean, you know, it's up to you. Main dashboard. This would be, we're gonna say, oh yeah, good, categories. That will be perfect, right? So what we can do is we can take this one out, like this. Let's see, buddy. Let's see. Oh. You know, I'm working on this. Alright. I'm gonna have to bend and buy another computer, maybe a better laptop. Oh, excuse me. Let's start from scratch. Okay, we got supplies and category. We're gonna go to suppliers. There he goes. Dashboard, supplies, dashboard, goes right back to dashboard. Suppliers, it goes to supplies. Now I'm here and I say, well, should I go back to dashboard so I can hit category? Yeah, you can do that. Or you can just say, well, you're in dashboard in categories, which I'm gonna put something like right up here and call it what is it? Categories, right? We could do that. I mean suppliers, and then this will be to categories. So if I hit to categories, it's not working well because it's just repeating what I have, but at least it's there. I went back to the original one. That's cool. That's very good. Then go to suppliers. We're back to the supplies. I like that. I truly do. All right. So now we're here. We already did this. We did this. We already saw how we, you know, change the food situation here. Let's see. Okay. So we already saw that. This is what it is. See how I did that? I copied the other one. I said, yeah, well, okay, we'll do this. We'll do that way. Change things up. This is how things are done. You know what? We're at it. Let's take this. Let's go to main. Main has that one. So where's the dashboard? I'll put it right here. See? Look right here. Let's just go like this. A little space here so you can kind of see what's going on. Boy. I think I'm going to have to get me another cup of tea or something. I mean, I don't know what's up. Let's see. Yeah, see, a nice little space there. That's great. We did that. Now I know it works. Go to suppliers. You good? Very good. We don't need dashboard any longer, so get rid of that. We're in supplier. Now, we're here. How did I do that? How did I change this? I went at this to the form. I'm in the form. Here it goes. What do you think about this, guys? You think I should just change this to a... I mean, it kind of looks stupid if you really look at I don't know. Maybe I'll just have right in the middle here some supply, you know, update supplier instead of having it like this because it's kind of stupid, really. Let's go back to the main dashboard. If we went here and I wanted to see this, there would be the same thing, like update record. Then you have this bar here, this blank. And this, maybe we just make it background. I don't know. I want to see. I'll show you in the next one. Right now, it's not important anyway. Let's go to suppliers. We did here. We went to the multiple. We did this. Let's put the S back in there. Let's do the S, right? And then what happens is you update the supply, and then it's S. There you go. Now, how did I do that? All right. So I went to the dashboard. Where's this? This is the management dashboard, right? Give you all this information. Add new. Where is it? And then this one goes to the form for this type of thing. Okay, remember how we did the block? It goes back, it reads this, it does this, and then it gives me, it reads what I did was with the moment the block, the moment the JavaScript hits the, where is it? Where is it? See all this, you don't really have to, even though JavaScript I put on, this is, I got this from the other one anyway, I just copy everything that I did before. And of course I took out some things because I really don't need it, to tell you the truth, right? So I go to the actions, you got multiple, you go, this is the ID, sends it to this ID, it goes to actions. If you go to actions, where are actions? Like this. What's the name of it again, guys? What is the name of it? Okay, so you go to actions, it goes and looks for it. No, update, delete, multiple, find this, do the fresh, and here it goes. Multiple suppliers. It selects it, sends this information to him. And then, let me see, Senor Rodriguez, which is okay. So then it goes right back. You don't need this anymore. This is the field, and then back into the editor. Okay, now, once you hit the, let's go back again. Now, once you change something, you hit this update supplier. It's gonna look for it. Look, just like I did with the main dashboard, I copied everything from the main dashboard and made two dashboards, one for the supplies and one for the categories. On the supplies, I took out a lot of things. Like before I had filters and all kinds of. I did it, and in this situation, I did it simple. I require, this once require, open the database, and this, and inside this file has a function called my connection, and that one does the connection of your database. Then over here it says, oh, what is it? You're using, remember the request method is what you see here. You see the format, guys? Right here, see? This is the method, it's the post, right? You go here, it's the method of the post, that's what that is. It says, oh, is it the post? Yes. Then it's going to check. Now the reason it's going to check for the tokens and all, because remember, you should put this in all pages. All pages, you should check for token. You're going to say, but what would it be? Well, if you come here into the actual form, which happens to be this form right here, which is all this here, right? It's going to go to the editor supply. That's what that file is that we just showed you. But as you can see, you got 1, 2, 3, 3 different input boxes that are type hidden. Meaning it's there, we just don't see it. And the way to see it is you just have to kind of go like right here. Do page. And if you go down the line, see that craziness? See all this craziness? And that's blank. That's what that is. Extra field, blank. Supply ID, that's the actual ID that you just picked. And of course your token. So when you go into check, you want to check. You want to see if it's all there. See, look, I even put it there. I even put it here, look. I might add some more comments. Maybe. Let's see. I might even add some few other things. Maybe I put more filters. But right now, this is the best way to do it. And with the filters, will be even more faster way. How about that? So good way, the same thing, best way, faster. This one is the CSRF, and this is the honey pot, right? When you want to apply that, that's what it is. And if you see there's a problem, you go 405, method not allowed. You get this message right here, dies out, and then goes. Then it comes here and says, oh, is this free? If it's not free, oh, you got a problem. That means somebody put something in there. It was a bot. So that's why you keep that there. And if is everything okay, then it skips over this whole thing and then goes to the next thing. So it goes to the request equals post, or is it now on the other one it has equal post, or is equal to with the filter you want to check, which I might put it in again. Maybe I'll do it under categories, so that way you can have different types of scenarios, so that way you can learn from these things. So right now it's looking for that it's a post, it's a post for a fact, right? Because it says it right here, look, post. And when you hit the update button, it says name, look, name, update. So you go like this, is always is set. Yes, look, it's another this. Sorry, I have to go back down to the next one. If this is set, it says right here, update. Yes, it is. Then what happens is it took all that stuff that you had here. Let's get this out the way. All this stuff right here, took all that information from the post, right? Because it's a post. Remember, you got the supply ID, you got the supply name, and then what I did was I said, okay, I'm going to trim it because I don't want nothing special. Remember how somehow you put information in there and there's always some kind of space on the back of it or in the front of it. So just to avoid all that crap, just run the trim. So do it on both sides. Then once I trimmed it, I did trim this, I trimmed this. Then I said, okay, how about, because we're not going to do anything else other than that. Then this one, we're trimming the name. And then we decide, okay, let's string to lowercase and let's make everything lowercase. And then once you made everything to lowercase, I want you to take the first word and capitalize it. Okay, which is why you see it that it's Jack and Jack. Oh, this we didn't have to do that for that. And Jack here. Maybe we shouldn't do that because you know why? And where is it? Oh yeah, I did do it here. That shouldn't even do that. You know why? I was just thinking, if you do Jack at and see how the cap is Jack, I could have another website that says Jack, but the smaller it'll be always two different types of emails. All right, so I don't know. I'm gonna find more. If that's it is. So what you do is you trim this and then you just go like this. Look, just get it out the way. 1, 2, 3. So that when you enter it the normal way, like lowercase or uppercase, it'll do it for you. Okay, it'll lower the case for you, and then they won't lower the case. It'll trim the stuff for you, and that's it. Leave everything alone, just in case. So if you put caps, it'll take it. If you put lower, it'll take it. Remember, because if I have the same thing as Jack at AOL.com, and I also have Jack AOL.com, but the J is smaller, they're gonna look at it as two different emails. That's why it's important. Email is like an ID. Nobody has duplicates. Unless it was written like that, it's always going to be considered two different things. And I did this with the contact. I trimmed it and of course lowered it and URL, blah, blah, blah. And then made it, like that. What else can I do? And this is how it's done. You update the supplier, that's what it is, and you're going to say set. Now see, if you go over here to the insert, you're going to say insert into this suppliers table on these fields. Supplier name, email, info, and then the values of it. You have to have it in the same order as the table, the actual table. In this situation, it's the same thing. You have to do it in the same order, but of course, which is a good idea. But this is the one that's really doing the thing for you. Anything you're going to, remember how you got the placeholders? It's doing that for you. It's doing that for you. You compare it, the prepare statement. Then you do. Hold on one second. people. Oh. Sorry about that. It's Mother's Day. I forgot. Oh, happy Mother's Day to everybody. And then, of course, you got your placeholder, this and that. And then what you do is you do the prepare statement. That's what that is. You put in that into the prepare. And then when you execute it, you're going to do it right. Remember how the last time we had a bind value? You're doing this separately. And in this case, we're putting it all inside the execution, so that we don't have two separate things. It'll be just faster. And that's about it. The moment you execute that information that you have from before will go into and before you know it, that's why you got this. Enter the information into the database right. And so we're done. This is it. This is how it's done. Now if you went to the master, see the master? If you went to the master, you see how you got right here. Look, it's a method of posts, right? Checks for posts. We did this, right? Remember that? We did this. We checked this. Then we said, oh, look, sanitize the schema. And what happens is we created a filter. So we put all these names. These are things from the buttons, right? And the input fields, letting you know that, hey, this is a number, these are characters, those kind of things, and buttons, and these are just filters. That's all it is. So then when you come here, it determines the input source based on it, right? So method, remember how we did right here, method, because it is a post, it took this, did all this, and it says, okay, if it's equal to post, then I want you to say input post. If it's not, then you say input get. This is the same thing as doing, where is it? As doing this. It's the same thing. Except it's more better, more efficient, more career, more professional, if you did it that way. But it's the same thing as doing that. Right here, we're just breaking it down ourselves. But over here, we're putting it inside a filter. And then what happens is, remember this is a ternary thing. If it's true, it takes that first one. And if it's a false, it takes that second one. And then becomes like the get. And then to make it work, you have to say filter input the arrays. And you're using this filter with I guess those are based on method filters and with these filters. This is what cleans it out, right? Sanitizes the schema. And it does it for you. You didn't have to do it, but I did decide to avoid that whole thing. Just did it like that. Then if I went over here and I said, oh, let me see, I want an array map. You want all the function, the actual values that you get from here, right? The values. And instead of string, you trim it anyway. Look, it's doing it for you, really. And then that's the value. And then in this situation, I did it myself. Okay. This was just to cut on the space and the number of, and the array map is where you're taking this array. This is your map. You're taking this array. And then you're taking information from here, and you're putting it in, you're mapping it with what you got here. And if there's nothing there, then of course it'll be an empty array, right? And this one is formatting for database professionalism. I wrote that there. I don't know why, but it's the same idea. If it's empty, you do this. If it's inputs, we could, like over here, check this out. Over here, we could check this out. I could have just checked for emptiness right here. I could have just said, something, we'll both do that. We say, let's see, we trimmed it because it's good. How about we say, if it's empty, something, we don't even have to do that now because over here, look, If it's empty, I don't see this. We're gonna get all these. That's gonna be another set of bunch of stuff. If it's empty, if it's not empty, then you do this, right? So in other words, if I had to do it like that, that means I will have to add extra line. Like if and then do that, then you're gonna do it for the next one, and you're gonna do it for the name, not for the ID, because you know you're gonna have ID. You're gonna do it for the name, then you're gonna do it for the email. Now you got 3 sets of if statements, which I'm trying to avoid. Over here I did it in the master because it's much faster and you can do it. Over here I did it because I wanted to see this command, how you do the UC words in the STL. We already showed you what that looks like over there. I wanted you to put it. Now see this stylus info name. That's where you got that from here. When you do the filter, where is it? Right here. So instead of doing something like, yeah, like an array, like I did this, you will have like a dollar input, and then you have the brackets, and then you have all this information inside there. Get it? Which kind of makes it like it's good to have it like that too, but because over here you're doing this, and then you do it. This is part of that. Let me say this is part of that, and then you do all this, and then of course this is part of that. This one I did it anyway because it was just 1, 2, 3, 4. If it would have gotten like too many of it, I would have just avoided it. But it's okay to do it this way. And then when you're looking for it, instead of doing the dollar array, you're gonna have this. Okay, this will be your this. Get it? Anyway, we're here. This is good. Might even add it. I don't know. Now we're here to try. Of course, try this, and if it don't work, where is it? If you try that, if you try anything that's in there between the try and the curly bracket, I mean, try anything. Oh, anything that's in there. If there's a problem with anything in there, then please do next, and you get that error message that, that comes up something crazy. That's what gives it to you. Okay. Let me take this out because I don't want to end up messing this up. It's my anyway, we're here. We've done this. It did you did the inputs one. This is the update. On the next video, I'll show you how to do the delete part of it, which will be a few more lines. Don't worry, I'm not going to make the video that long. And then once we do that, we're going to take care of the categories, which we're going to do. It's the same thing. We're going to copy everything, which we did. As you can see right here, we got, where is it? See how you got the manage suppliers? We got management categories. See this editor supplies? I don't have one yet, but I will create one for the categories. And then what I'll do is I copy everything that's in there and just replace the actual name of the table and replace the names of the field. But everything will be the same because it's going to basically be the same. Once you do this, you're going to get like basically the same type of thing with the black and all that, and with the little boxes, and of course the ID. We'll have that. Everything will be the same, except that one thing will be the suppliers, and then this will be the categories. And of course, when you go out of that, you want to click this, it takes you right back, and that's it. Well, sir. So I got for you. Hey man, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. If you think I'm going too fast, don't worry, I'm going to slow it down a little later. Because after we do the categories, we're going to have to do reports just like I mentioned. I have to figure out what reports you really need, like for companies. We'll have to talk to a few places and talk to them, see what they, what they're using. It's gonna be. Remember, I'm doing this because I wanted to make it into an app, and I will make it into an app. That part of it, I'm gonna have to put it in Patreon. You guys gonna have to pay for me making it into an app so you can sell on a store. Anyway, this is it. Give me a thumbs up and say something if you have to. Anyway, until next time, a good night.